Hey, Roger Martin, River Billings, Montana. This guy is right on. He's from Freedom Watch USA, Larry Klayman, and he says if Klayman says if Trump goes down, we're going to have civil war in this country. The right and the left are going to crash because either them or us. There's no two ways about it. Uh, Mueller is a great criminal and he needs to have justice served on him, and it's not been. He's been escaping and he's been as slimy as a snake for a long time. Listen to this by Larry Klayman.
Thank you, Pete. Great to see you. You're looking very well. I'm glad to see that. Yeah, we had some interactions during the Bundy trial inside Plum Prison at the time. And I might say you are a courageous person, too. You stood up to government tyranny, and they forced you into a corner. I regret what happened in that regard. But you came out doing well, and we're still fighting that Bundy case. The government took an appeal, to use the term government loosely. And we're also having a complaint that we filed in Las Vegas, Nevada, to have the land declared by the people of Nevada, as well as a...
So this Bundy trial was nothing but a debauchery, nothing but abusive government power. And anybody that knows anything about it knows it was totally abusive and out of line. Anyhow, these guys know that the government has been very abusive for a long time and is way out of line.
Countersuit for malicious prosecution. So I thank you for your patriotism and your standing up to tyranny. But Jerry Corsi, they've tried to do the same thing with. You've seen him on TV throughout the week. He's, of course, a very prominent and distinguished investigative reporter. He's a New York Times best-selling author. He's someone who I've known for a long time. I represented him in a libel case against Esquire magazine over the issue of Obama's birth certificate. And frankly, it is fraudulent. There's no doubt about that. But he's now in the crosshairs of Special Counsel Robert Mueller because they want him to testify falsely, implicating Roger Stone and the president in so-called Russian collusion. And they're threatening him with prosecution if he doesn't sign a plea agreement. It's supposed to be kept secret because even the special counsel doesn't want anyone to know just how fraudulent it is. And he refused. He said, I'm not under God going to file not going to think which is untrue and testify falsely. And he's a true American patriot, as you were, Pete. And we are now preparing a criminal complaint to file with Acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker, with the Office of Professional Responsibility, and also with the Inspector General of the Justice Department, my alma mater, for violations themselves, criminal activity itself. What they're doing with Corsi, trying to force him to testify falsely if he doesn't sign this plea agreement, is obstruction of justice, tampering with a federal witness, which is Dr. Corsi, and threatening a federal witness, which is Dr. Corsi, as well as all the grand jury leaks that have been going on now for 1.5 years. That's criminal as well. So we may be the straw that breaks the so-called camel's back here, because there hasn't been an opportunity before now to frontally take on legally and peacefully Special Counsel Robert Mueller. And not only are we hoping to have a criminal investigation started with punishments meted out at the end for him and his prosecutors, but also in the event that Dr. Corsi is indicted, and I pray that will not happen, it would be very unwise for Special Counsel Mueller to do that. But we would then take that matter up the line all the way to the Supreme Court to challenge Mueller's mandate. He's exceeded that mandate and his constitutional authority to do what he's doing. So it's a very important case, and it's a linchpin to fighting Mueller. And Pete, I don't know why the president's own lawyers, I've been saying this for a year and a half, Rudy Giuliani, Jay Sekulow, Dowd before that, John Dowd, and others, Ty Cobb, why they didn't use the president's standing to take the matter up the line to the Supreme Court to challenge Mueller's authority. And I don't understand why there hasn't been a case brought for the illegal surveillance by Mueller, the FBI, and other intelligence agencies on the Trump Tower, where the president was enmeshed in that surveillance as well as others. So Jerry Corsi is really standing in there, not just for himself, because he's 72 years old. If he's convicted, that could in fact be a life sentence, but also the American people. And he's doing that, in the mold of our founding fathers. He's risking his life because he believes in this country, and he will not be ramrodded and coerced into testifying falsely.
Certainly not. We've certainly said prayers for him as well, because I do know firsthand the pressures, obviously having been held myself for 619 days, Cliven Bundy even longer, the pressure upon a man that's of his age. Of course, you have to say prayers for him, but he is a patriot. He took a stand. Now, sir, you have over the years, having gone after the Clinton administration back in day one, having gone after the government, the Obama administration, with respect to the cover-up of Extortion 17, you have also represented clients, two of which were special agents with the FBI, whistleblowers. Have you not watched over the years the government's, I would say, retaliation towards whistleblowers now is transitioning to this thing of retaliation towards journalists? Jerome Corsi is a journalist. Pete Santilli was a journalist that they sought after. I was going after Hillary Clinton. Are you concerned about this? Not only them going after whistleblowers, but Mr. Robert Mueller, as the head of the deep state, covering up, as far as I'm concerned, there's plenty of evidence. The BCCI scandal, the 9/11 evidence, the whistleblowers coming forward saying that they had information. Talk about that transition now, them going after whistleblowers and now journalists.
Well, they're going after everybody, Pete. And, you know, when you were indicted, say you would send a message. The government would send a message under the Obama administration to conservative media. Don't do it. I mean, they were sending messages to Rush Limbaugh. They were sending messages to Sean Hannity.
The deep state's now going after anybody that's conservative, and whistleblowers, journalists, it doesn't matter. We make no mistake about it, we are at war. And Trump and other righteous individuals are going to have to win, whether it's to a military court or otherwise. And this guy brings up a good point. I don't know why the lawyers, Trump's lawyers, have not gotten and given him good information. But it appears that the deep state has even gotten to Trump's lawyers and his counsel. So it is a vicious and ugly war that we're in. It's Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. I'll give you a full source on this. Larry Klayman's warns, if Trump goes down, it's going to all be hell breakout. We're going to be in civil war. There is no two ways about it. And it's Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Good day.